Airfield traffic and acro. Text to formation 3 RVs, 4 miles south of Heckfield, 2,500, tracking Jumpinpin.
Today's flight featured a moment I've been dreaming about for years. The first time I got to fly in formation next to Jeremy Miller's famous Yak 55. Keep watching and I'll explain why this was such a massive deal for me.
Pacific Airshow, text to 1 and 2, a separate formation. We are 7 miles northwest, maintaining 3,500, tracking also for Jumpinpin.
This was also one of the more complex formation flights we've done. You can see text to formation here, already formed up with myself in the lead, and the three of us were on our way to join up as part of a 6-ship formation. We've just departed Southport, with 12 miles to run northeast to our meet-up area over Jumpinpin, which is a spectacular coastal channel between North and South Stradbroke Islands.
And text to 4, text to 1, we've got you on our runway to track up to Jumpinpin. You're welcome to start tracking a bit further west to come find us.
Copy that, turning west.
Jeremy in the Yak, with Delson on his wing, as acro formation had flown down from Archerfield, and they picked Troy up at Heckfield on the way.
Heckfield traffic text to formation, 3 RVs, Jumpinpin 2,500, tracking west. Heckfield.
Once the three of them had formed up, it was Texter's turn to join. Now it's absolutely critical for safety that the lead pilot calls the shots. So even though I was leading the Texter group, we were now joining the larger formation with Jeremy as lead, so he's the one who gave the commands.
And text to 4, text to 1, we're maintaining 2,500, you're altitude.
2,500, you want me to change?
Request 3,000 so you got visual.
Roger that, descending 2,000.
It can be pretty hard to spot small aircraft at this speed, especially when they're below you. They can really easily get lost in the terrain, so we often use smoke to help out.
And text to 4, have you got the bracket?
Hey, firm.
Can you just pop it for a second? I have got the visual, we are your left, slightly high, about 11:30.
Traffic, 12 o'clock.
Insight. Texter 4, visual request rejoin.
Watch closely to spot the acro formation, and this will give you an idea of the closing speed.
Okay, sector 4, 5 and 6 in turn, you're clear to rejoin.
Clear to rejoin, texter 4, 5 and 6.
As I said, today's flight was Jeremy's show. He was the lead, and he certainly put us through our paces today.
Okay guys, so just for this rejoin, you should be rejoining onto Troy, the key position on Troy, number 3, and then move across into your normal spot, okay? So I can only see one RV on my left at the moment. I don't know where the other two are.
Copy that, I'll come in astern. Okay, we'll do that next time.
Yeah, and yeah, for 5 and 6, give number 4 more spacing, because if he bugs out or has a problem, you don't want to be anywhere near him.
Oh, and by the way, if you have trouble working out what we're saying on the radio, I've fixed the captions manually. They won't be as hilarious as AI-generated captions, but they'll be accurate.
Okay, we're just going to roll out here, guys, let you all get settled.
Some of these manoeuvres were new to some of us, and as you watch this, have a think about what a unique skill it is to be able to coach pilots in 5 other aircraft while also flying and navigating yourself.
Remember this good banana, the formation side. If you want to go down a foot or two, Adam, you want to sit level with Delson, so you can still see me and use
Traffic,
your primary
11 o'clock.
stability, and Delson for spacing. So same for yourself on the left there, Tim. That's it. That's a good position there, boys. 6 is in. Thank you, Hugh. That's awesome. Pleasure to finally be flying with you guys. Okay, guys, we're just going to work up a few turns. And how does that look from where you are, Hugh? Is everyone even? That's looking really good, really good. That's my boys. Thanks, Mama.
We got formed up into a Delta 6 formation, also known as a wedge, and after a couple of turns to get settled came the fun part, where Jeremy called for individual break-offs and rejoins.
Alright, so it'll be the break-offs and rejoins next, guys, so acknowledge with your call sign if you're ready. 6, 8, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Okay, text to 2, you're clear high and right, you are clear to brake.
And don't blink or you'll miss Delson braking out here. And it was at this point, as I closed the gap, that I finally got to have that big moment. Jeremy's Yak 55 is legendary, not just for its insane aerobatic capability, but most of all because it led the Freedom Formation in front of crowds of hundreds of thousands of people at the first 2 Pacific Airshows on the Gold Coast. Those displays were a huge inspiration for me, and I'd put a lot of work in over many years to get myself right where I was here in this moment. No time to get sentimental about that though, because when you get the call, you have to respond.
Okay, text to 4, you are clear high and right, you are clear to brake.
Text to 4, visual request rejoin.
Text to 4, you can clear to rejoin. Yeah, really nice pictures out of the formation, guys, well done. And text to 5, you're clear high and left, you're clear to brake.
This exercise was a good bit of recurrent training for all of us. Pulling out of a formation is a bit like a go-around when you're landing. You should always have a plan and know exactly how you're going to pull clear of the formation if something isn't right. And just as important is rejoining safely.
A little bit low there, Adam. Remember you're looking for 1 to 2 fuselage ends above the horizon.
Rejoins should always be on the rejoin line, 45 degrees to the formation, no matter how many aircraft there are. Your rejoin height should always be 2 wingspans below the formation as well. You should see that size gap between the aircraft you're forming up on and the horizon. Airspeed is also critical. Our briefed rejoin airspeed was 130 knots, so we rejoined at 150. That's your work cycle: height, line, speed.
Okay, gents, it'll be same again. So, text to 2, you're clear high and right, you're clear to brake. Text to 3, you're clear high and left, clear to brake. Okay, text to 4, you're clear high and right, you're clear to brake.
And these break-offs are heaps of fun too. It gives you a real sense of speed that you don't normally get in an aircraft. Look how quickly the formation disappears into the background.
Text to 4, visual request rejoin.
Roger, text to 4, you're clear to rejoin. And text to 5, you are clear high and left, clear to brake.
And as you can see on this one, I had the right height, line and speed for the rejoin.
Yep, that's a much better rejoin line number 4, and you're looking really good as well, number 5. Okay, text to 6, you are clear high and right, you're clear to brake.
If you're a fan of the classic World War II movie footage of fighters breaking off in sequence, then buckle up, because next we moved on to full formation break-offs and rejoins.
Okay, gents, well, if everyone's happy with that, how about we have a look at a 6-ship rejoin? So, text formation, line-astern, go.
First, Jeremy called us back into a line-astern, and then called us to fan out into an echelon right.
6 is in. Excellent, text echelon right, go.
And finally, that classic move. We break off for a 180-degree turn-in sequence with a 3-second split between aircraft.
Okay guys, so text to 1 will be braking left shortly for rejoin. Okay, 3-second break, 180-degree turn, and 6 you call when in.
That puts us into a well-spaced line-astern formation where we can practice forming back up into the wedge again.
Cool, so once again, when we separate guys, you want to end up 300 metres spacing or so roughly behind each other. Okay, line up directly behind the guy in front of you and still do 130 knots until I call for the rejoin. Okay. Go. 4, 5, 6. And is everyone wings level there, Hugh? Are you in?
6 is in.
Okay guys, left turn for rejoin and text to formation, wedge, go. Okay, so Adam, Troy's just about stable, so you can move across when you're happy. There you go, Hugh. Tim's just stabilising there now, so now you can move across. Beautiful. That's how we do it, guys. Well done. Beautiful. Well guys, if everyone's happy with that, we might start to look at splitting the formation through doing that break again. Alright, so once again, a little challenge for you. Texter, line-astern, go.
And way too soon for me, with the sun heading down towards the horizon, Jeremy pulled us into one final line astern. But always pushing us as he does, he added the additional challenge of doing it during a turn.
Beautiful guys, that looks really good, well done. Okay, so to separate the formation rather than pitching out, Adam, since you've got your two guys with you there, I might just start a left turn. If you want to continue straight or turn right, then we'll split the formation that way.
Roger that, 4.
Okay, so Kelson and Troy, you stay with me. Acro is turning left.
And just like that, the formation was split, with Acro heading off into the sunset back towards Archer Field. But it wasn't over yet.
And Acro, Vic, go.
Texter, Vic, go.
Because there's something that you'll really only appreciate after you've done this type of flying, and that's the transition from being a wingman to taking the lead again. It's a serious context shift, and it feels a little bit like you're taking off a blindfold.
And Texter is going to make a right turn and track southbound coastal 2000.
There's an immediate change from focusing almost exclusively on the aircraft in front of you to suddenly having to figure out where you are, navigate, establish situational awareness, and take responsibility for the safety of the guys on your wing.
Alright, well done gents. Pleasure working with you. We'll speak in the debrief.
Copy that, 4.
From here, it was a quick descent down the beach back towards Southport, followed by a video debrief.
Heckfield traffic, Texter formation, 3 RVs, Jumpinpin 2000, tracking southbound coastal for Southport. Correction, Heckfield traffic.
Anyway, thanks again to Jeremy for an awesome flight, pushing our skills, keeping us safe. I can tell you there were high fives and handshakes at the end of this one. We really needed this.